Greetings, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan coming at you once again with another online GBLAN tournament Tecmo Super Bowl video. Today we have a rematch of the last video we did from Group 6, SimpleSimon. Current record 0-1 against LuckyTool, 1-0. Today SimpleSimon has the Los Angeles Rams. LuckyTool has the Cincinnati Bengals. SimpleSimon takes the kickoff with Henry Ellard out near the 16-yard line. Looks like we have a run with McGee. Run one. Looks like Francis gets bottled up, knocked down. Great run, great way to open the game. First and 10 out near the 34-yard line. We have a run four. Bounce to the outside, Buford McGee. Another great gain here. Out near the 12-yard line. Two plays and SimpleSimon is on a roll here. Looks like we'll have a weak side open play here. Cleveland Gary with the ball. A little risky with him, with that lower ball control. But he's able to get a little blocker help at the end and gets in. Cleveland Gary with the score. 3 plays, 3 runs, and the game is now 7-0. So great start here for SimpleSimon. Definitely has to play mistake-free football. LuckyTool, winner of the Kumite, is definitely a seasoned opponent and knows how to use the Bengals. Icky Woods on the return near the 15-yard line. Looks like we have a double weak side open playbook mixed with some run and shoot and shotgun. And then we have the red gun pass 4. Run and shoot formation. Looks like SimpleSimon is using Kevin Green, and we have pass 2 called. 2 receivers open. Goes to the tight end position, which in this case is Icky Woods. Gain of about 15 on the play. A lot of field to cover on that route. SimpleSimon sticking with Kevin Green. Pass 1 is called. Goes underneath to James Brooks. Not quite sure if he meant to run out of bounds short of the first down. Weak side open call. Brooks not able to get out of bounds before engaged with another player, but is able to get the first down there. Looks like we have a pass 4 called here, that formation red gun. Sticking with Kevin Green on the coverage, and looks like there's 4 different options open. And he throws underneath to Brown, who gets out of bounds for the first down. Out near the 50-yard line, run and shoot formation, sticking with Green. And CIN calls his own number. Gets some help from the blockers. Great run by CIN. If only he could have done that in real life. First down for LuckyTool. Shotgun formation, pass 3 coming up here. SimpleSimon switches to Humphrey. Looks like we've got 4 different receivers open right now. Throws it down to Holman, who's stationary. Gets it down to the 1-yard line. Tough place here for SimpleSimon. Goes with Kevin Green, and we have a run 3 called with blockers. And he's in for the touchdown, James Brooks. Extra point incoming. We'll have ourselves a tie game here. LuckyTool is very patient on that drive. Took what the defense gave him. SimpleSimon appeared to call run quite a few times on that drive. He may want to mix it up and try to call pass, get better coverage on the back end. Fumble on the return, but dodges that bullet. The offensive lineman picks it up and lives another day. We're into the second quarter, all tied up 7-7. Offset I formation for SimpleSimon. LuckyTool sticking with Francis for right now. And he's going to give that underneath to Cleveland Gary. Into the middle of the field, that's the right move there with his lack of ball control. That could go on the ground any moment. First down. Vulture on the defense this time. Dangerous throw here, which goes air and out of bounds, which is probably the best thing there. Even with the Rams passing combination. Definitely don't want to throw when Fulcher's in the area if you can help it. Pass 2 on the offset eye. Tries to get it to McGee, but the pass is aired and out of bounds. Uncharacteristic for Everett to throw like that. Tries to throw it down to Holohan there on pass 4, and just not really a good decision there. If you're going to throw it up on 3rd down, best to try to go for that JJ down the field to one of your top guys. Ellard up top of the wide receiver 1 position would have been probably the better choice in that situation. Does do a good punt, though. We've got ourselves inside the 10. And LuckyTool with an opportunity to steal possession here now, having getting that defensive stop. Weak side open formation. Takes Humphrey to try to avoid the traffic, but gets caught up in the middle. Just doesn't have the speed to beat Brooks to the edge there. And you see why he's been calling a run to try to get that help. This time, he does call run. He gets the help he needs. 2nd down and 7, and we're looking at going back to Humphrey here, looks like, on a pass 2. Humphrey not a terrible defender, but very impatient there. Comes up. I think he's getting sick of getting dinked and dunked down the field, and he goes right over the top with the SimpleSimon. Now he's knocking on the door on the 5-yard line. SimpleSimon again with the calling his own number with the sneak. Almost gets in. Switching up, going with Strickland was a slower player. He's going to force SimpleSimon to make this throw. And there's some defender help, but looks like just a drop pass. That's why you make the quarterback throw the ball in that situation, because you never know what can happen. If he doesn't do that, he runs in. Goes with Strickland this time. SimpleSimon calls his own number again, and this time is in the end zone. So Boomer's having himself quite a rushing day on the ground. And LuckyTool takes the lead 13-7, and now it's 14-7. So SimpleSimon with a little bit of time left here. We'll be getting the ball with probably about 1:15 or so left in the half. All right, 1:19 left. You have time to move the ball, but you are deep on your own end. Luckily, those receivers are fast. Goes with the run 3. I think this is a good call just to try to get out of your own end here. Only eats about 20 seconds off the clock. Get some breathing room and a 1st down. Pass 2 is called. Fulcher on the back end. Risky throw here to Holohan, but he gets it in. 1st down. You need about another 30 yards here to have a real decent chance at a field goal. Gets past the 50. And I say that because Lansford is one of the worst kickers in the game. Single eye formation. Fulcher again in coverage. Run 3 called again. I think he just wants to get a little closer, make it maybe. He's got to decide, does he want to go field goal, which is hard to get, especially online with a kicker like Lansford, or are we going to go for the score? So definitely a risky here, possibly leaving points on the board by going for it here. And he's going to throw it up the flipper and see what happens. Fulcher's there, and it's a touchdown! Just when LuckyTool appeared to have the initiative and the advantage there, just as the half closes, Everett to Anderson. Oh, and the blocked extra point. Oh, that is huge. Lansford shows his true colors there. Can't get the kickoff before the rush animation kicks in, and he's given the ball back. So instead of a tie game, he's down 1 point, and there's a psychological factor to this. Because if he scores, now it's a 2-score game if he gets a touchdown. So LuckyTool with a decent return there. Has some breathing room. Looks Looks like SimpleSimon's going to be sticking with Humphreys for a little bit here. Just not enough coverage on the back end there. The tough part with sticking with Green in this situation is that Green, all the plays that are running in his direction. Even the blocking scheme for the QB sneak is aimed directly at him. So taking him as a defender is always a risk in a single back situation. Esiason electing to keep the ball, calling his number again. He had a plethora of receivers available, but took the first down. And I think in this situation, LuckyTool wants to go by the philosophy of the longer I hold this ball, the less time that high-powered offense has to try to score on me. Sweep down to the bottom is fumbled out of bounds, folks. That's why you try to run to the edges if you can. Single back formation again. Looks like SimpleSimon sticking with Humphrey. Pass 2 called. Great maneuver to get Humphrey away from Brown in that situation. As soon as he moves, LuckyTool finds wide receiver 1 stationary at the top. Easy completion, easy first down. And the burn route to Rodney Holman. No chance there. Touchdown. LuckyTool. Boomer Esiason is having himself a game on the ground and in the air. So, huge factor here. Now we have to score twice if you're SimpleSimon. If SimpleSimon can drive this down the field, he is going to need a stop, or at the very least held LuckyTool to a field goal, because he's probably going to have to score at least a field goal and a touchdown, if not 2 touchdowns, and to hold LuckyTool to at least a field goal. Called pass 2. I guess the refs were looking the other way there. Pass interference, what's that? Again, another called pass play, pass 1. But Anderson gets in the clear. Great play. Shotgun formation here for SimpleSimon. Fulcher again. Running around, Xander catches up with Everett. Looks like there might have been an opportunity to go cross-field to Ellard. Calculated risk, unfortunately, he just can't get that ball away. Tries to go to Cleveland Gary there, which I think is the wrong hot route. Even if that completes, which is always a risk against Fulcher, he's got the least amount of ball control on the field. Another called play. Everett just buries the ball. And this situation in the game, punting it to someone you haven't stopped but maybe one time in the series is, especially with this defense. So this is probably the game here. Everett lets it go to Houlihan, and looks like Fulcher gets stuck on the back end, and there's a little gap there, and we have a jumping catch. So the drive is alive, the game is alive, the dream is alive. Cleveland Gary on the run 3. Again, doesn't put it on the ground. Now in this situation, if you get to 4-down territory, you really need to take the points if you can't punch it in a 4th down or 3rd down, because you have to score twice anyway. And looks like he cannot out-tap Tooley. If he out-taps Tooley there, that's a touchdown for SimpleSimon. Decision time here for SimpleSimon. Do we take the points, or do we try to get that touchdown right now? I think you have to take the points in this situation. We'll see how it works out. 4th down. We have ourselves a run 1. Looks like Francis might have had a blocker there that could have occupied him, but SimpleSimon decides to not take that angle and does some dancing and just delays the inevitable. Unfortunately, in that situation, I think you have to go and try to hope that your blocker goes, because you're not going to outdance the defender in that situation, especially if he out-taps you. So now LuckyTool just has to not play mistake-free football here, play a little bit of keep away. Goes with a pass 4, and he's just delaying the throw as long as he can. Throws it down to Brown in the wide receiver 1 position, stationary, and gets out of bounds. Perfectly executed. Back to pass 4. Does a great job dodging the drone defenders on the back end. Completes a pass to Holman. This time, SimpleSimon actually does get the taps there, so be interesting to see what would have happened on the goal line there if they engaged. And Boomer Esiason piling on at this time. I think the Rams defense is going to end up going to the Altrusa house after this one. Getting beat with a statue quarterback. Well, the game is 28-13. This is now a 3-score game with a minute and a half. Barring a miracle, this is not going to work out in SimpleSimon's favor. Cold pass 3. Fulcher runs to the hot route at the RB2 position up top. Covered, and it is incomplete. And attempts to go to Anderson again. We had the miracle play at the end of the first half. This time it's blocked by the defenders. Just chucking it up to Ellard. Ellard beats his man, and decent gain out past the 50. 36 seconds left here. We're just playing for point differential at this point. Hoping to maybe squeeze some additional points. Maybe a tiebreaker. Lewis Billups cleans him up. 2nd and 12. Single back formation. Again, and called pass 1. And Fulcher picks it off and runs the clock out and runs out gracefully. So, close game at the beginning, first half. Much like the first game, second half, it suddenly blew wide open. SimpleSimon really has nothing to be ashamed of here. Played LuckyTool tight in both games of the first half, and it just gets away from him. LuckyTool is a really good player, and SimpleSimon will definitely have an opportunity to continue to improve from the experience in these games. And I would expect him to get some wins against the other opponents in his group. So, well played, SimpleSimon and LuckyTool. Thanks for uploading the video so we could do a commentary on it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up if you would. And if you like content like this and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And let us know what you thought about the game in the comments and the commentary. Really appreciate all the interaction that you guys have with our videos. There will be another upload at least once a day for the coming weeks as we get more and more of these online tournament games uploaded. Lots of group play games to go through. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on GBLAN Online Tecmo.